Hi everyone, it's Anne-Marie. Hey, just wanted to pop on real quickly and give you a sneak peek of my next design team project for Country Craft Creations. I'm actually working today at home, but shh, I'm on my lunch break, so I wanted to do a quick video. What I made was this music box using the I don't think this one has a cover page, but I'm using the Photo Play Vintage Girl paper collection that Country Craft Creations sent me, and this is just such a pretty paper collection. I love it. It really, really speaks to me. And so what I did was I made a box. It's kind of hard to see, and I have my camera up as high as I can get it. Let's see the floral paper, really vintagey, and some vintage trim and some pearls. And I had these flowers from another collection. I'm not really sure, I don't remember which one, but they went perfectly with the aquas and the pinks and the buttercream. And then what I did was take one of these, it actually came from Tammy from my prior design team box, this cute little frame. It's a little chipboard frame. I added that to the top of the box, and I used one of the, what is this, a 3x3 or a 2x2? One of the cut-aparts, and I just added a piece of pattern paper. You can see it actually says, "She is delightfully chaotic, a beautiful mess. Loving her is a splendid adventure," which, of course. So the box itself is just about 7 3/4 inches by 7.5. So there's the sides, and then I had some of these Tim Holtz feet. I don't know what they're called, but those are those decorative feet. And I'm actually going to show you the bottom. I didn't cover the bottom, but that's where the music box actually is. If you see it, it looks kind of bad. But here is the crank it. I don't know if you can hear it. It's pretty loud on my end. But this is the love song from the movie, or Brian's song from the movie Love Song. It's a really old, it's an old movie from when I was younger. Just love that movie. And I just got that on Amazon. Bought that quite a while ago. And I just thought it'd be really cool to put it in the box. So I open up the box, and it's decorated, you know, pretty standard box. And then I just made a small little mini album. You can see there's a piece of paper that's covering up the bottom of the box that's holding the music box. So then you just set that aside. And this is just a very standard, let me turn that light off, a very standard mini album. It's 6.5 by 5.5, and you can see I used a paper doily here. I used one of the stickers and put it on some chipboard. I'm sorry, some black cardstock, and then used some, kind of hard to see, little foam pop dots. Sorry, I cannot think straight today. And then there's some of the seam binding that came with the collection, and a little bow that I made. And again, here is, it might be a little bit hard to see. Maybe I do need that light. There's some of the pearl trim Tammy provided. And then this, I believe, is a 3-inch spine. And this is one of the small little cut-aparts. It says Petticoat Lane, established 1608. Just love the color. It's kind of like a terracotta color and the pretty aqua. And I just added a little piece of striped paper. There's the back. When you open the inside, I just made some really, really basic pages. It went together really, really quickly. So I did a pocket page on the front. I was going to do a waterfall, but I was just afraid. I probably would have only gotten 4, you know, as this is only 5.5 inches tall. So here is one of the cut aparts. I just backed it on some of the fantastic black Artisan Cardstock. And then this one says, this is one of the 4x6s, I believe. Just made it into a little booklet. And it says, we didn't know we were making memories, we just knew we were having fun. And I was thinking about giving this to one of my good friends. So anyway, so then this one says, home is my happy place. And I used some magnets. You can hear the magnets. Just to hold everything down. Because at the time I wasn't really sure, when I made the book, I wasn't really sure how large I was going to make the box. So, and that just pops up. There's that petticoat lane 3x4 cut apart. And then just some of the stickers. It says, rise and shine. And then each page, oh sorry, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages. And the pages are 5 inches by 6 inches. And I just made a very basic sleeve page. You can see that, look, a pocket page, and attached it to my binding system. And then this is some of that Artisan, it's hard to tell, Artisan Cardstock. It was 8.5 by 11, and it is shiny and shimmery and pink. What more do you need than shiny, shimmery, pink paper? Excuse me. And then over on this side, just this sticker. It says, it's hard to be a diamond in a rhinestone world, which is very, very true. Love this pink floral paper. Then I came over here, and then there's another, so each page you'll see has a flap that holds a 3x4 card. And here is a really pretty apple blossom flower I had, and some more of that seam binding. There's the back. And here's some of that aqua paper. It reminds me of tapestry. It's hard to tell, but it has like a little bit of gold or tan or dirty looking color to make it look vintage. And then there's this chair, which I love, this armchair. I know there's a name for this style of chair, but right now I can't think of it. It was a sticker. I backed it with some of the cardstock and then used some pop dots to give it a little bit of dimension. So you could put a photo here, and then you could journal here or do the journaling over here. And again, there's another one of the pages. And I just used the corner chomper. I think that one's deco on the edges of the tag. Then over here, that's probably one of my favorites. This is one of the cut aparts. Let me measure that instead of guessing. Hold on. Yep, it's 2x2. Really pretty old-time dress. I want to say that's from 1950s. Not sure. But I popped that up on Pop Dots so that you can put a picture underneath and maybe journal with like a silver pen or a white pen. Next page. Here is another flap. You're so special to me. And on the inside it says, way to go. Then I made just another little tag. It says, wake up and be beautiful. I mean, who of us isn't? And then here's just a little, I just added a little piece of the pattern paper. I made just a little, I guess you could call it a pocket, and added an old flower that I had with another tag. This page, this paper, hard to see. I turned off my autofocus. Now I feel like it's not focusing. Has really a pretty cream color and a burgundy and a salmon and a sage green. That reminds me of a quilt pattern, if you can see that pattern there. What is this, wedding rings? I think that's what that's called. I'm not 100% sure. But love that paper. And it says, hello, my friend. And then I just made with some, made another tag. Backed it with the cardstock. And then here, this one says another cut apart, and it says you can change the world with some of the trim, the pearl trim that was in my design team package, and then some more of the black seam binding and another little bow with a pearl in the middle. And here is was the 3x4 cut apart of what I put on the front cover. And then this paper has all kinds of different vintage cameras, really cute. Then the back here is I just kept it very simple. Used some of the music notes paper, and it says glitter in my hair like I just don't care, which I'm sure I have some of that today. And then the next page, again, as you can see, each front page has one of these flaps. This one is just some of the, I call it candy stripe, I don't know, it's just a stripe paper with, it's hard to tell, but I have a piece of seam binding. Here's the ribbon. I probably should have left that open so you can get a photo underneath, but then I just had a little paper flower and some of the pretty pattern paper. You can see that's pretty. Another tag. Then here is another, I don't know if you could tell. Oh, no, you can see it. Well, see, the green looks really washed out, but it's a really nice, vibrant green, grass green maybe, piece of pattern paper, and then it has this great sticker, excuse me, that's a camera on that page. Then I have the back cover, and I took 3, this was actually 1 cut apart, and I cut it into 3. It says pretty, one of a kind, and amazing, and I just made it into its own flap, and then left plenty of room for a photo here, and this is a fantastic bicycle sticker. Makes me want to go out and ride a bike, but not today, because it is 16 degrees here in the Northeast. Very, very sunny out, but it's freezing. Yeah. Anyway, so that's the mini album, and that's the one I'm calling Vintage Girl. So I hopefully by the end of this weekend, I will have just a really quick tutorial on how to make the mini album. So stay tuned for that. And then also, we have the music box. Let me play some more of that music for you. Hope you can hear that. I love it. It sounds really loud, like I said on my end, but I hope you can hear that. As you can see, it twists. Oops, maybe you can't see it. See how it's turning? Okay. And before I give this as the gift, I am actually going to cover that bottom. I had to use some brads to hold the music box in place, because when you turn it, it wants to turn along with the mechanism. So I used some of this E6000, the smelliest glue on the planet, but it's like the best glue on the planet. So hopefully, I used some brads, connected it to the bottom of the box, so hopefully it'll hold. But anyway, so that is my next project or my next 2 projects, I guess, for Country Craft Creations, using the Photo Play Vintage Girl paper collection. Hope you like it. Like I said, stay tuned, and we'll have a quick tutorial on how to make the mini album. You'll be shocked by how quickly it goes. And, like, oh my gosh, you could use this for so many, a little baby book, a little wedding brag book, any kind of book. So, anyway, I hope you like it. Happy New Year to everybody, as this is my first video after New Year's. I'm so sorry I missed all of the online crop. I was actually sitting at a party and in the corner and trying to watch some of the videos and, you know, some of the live stuff. So it looked like everybody had a great time. All the projects were fantastic, of course, as always. And so Happy New Year to everybody, and unfortunately, I have to go back to work. So take care, everybody, and I'll see you all soon.